But actually it doesn't matter because we're not there. Okay. Hello and welcome. Welcome back to Artist Mindset. I'm your host Martina and I'm today here with a very special guest. Her name is Amalie.
Hello.
Hello. For those that don't know you, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I can say that we are sitting here in the studio where I am in Frontløberne.
Mm.
And my name is Amalie, as you said. And I've been here for almost 1.5 years now.
Oh, wow.
And I am a ceramicist and I make my ceramic here. I work mostly with functional ware, but I also do sculptural work. Yeah, I do a little bit of both. I like to both make things that go a little fast on the wheel, but then the sculpting, it's more time consuming, and I like that as well. Yeah.
Do you have a preferred technique or do you just...
I love the wheel.
Okay.
Yeah, I love sitting with the wheel.
Yeah.
And I can just be there for hours and hours. But I think since last Christmas, when I started sculpting small animals, I also really got into sculpting. And now I mix them a little bit. Yeah. So I throw something on the wheel and then I attach stuff by sculpting. Yeah.
When did you learn to operate the wheel, if that's the correct way to say it?
For sure, I don't know how to say it either, but operate, I like it. It sounds clinical. I was in, I would call it boarding school, the place where you live when you're around 14, 15.
Mm.
And I went to one called Mine, and I just had such a lovely teacher. There, and I spent a lot of time in the ceramic studio, and she taught me the wheel, and then it was just many years of practice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that like when you sort of started doing ceramics, if I can say that, like the start of your ceramic journey?
I would say it was definitely like kick-started there. Yeah, I was already like really, I really enjoyed working with my hands, but I hadn't tried ceramics so much. I had tried a little bit, but there I spent so many hours in that studio just with the clay. Yeah, it was my favorite place to be.
Oh, that's so nice. And so you are here in Frontløberne for like 1.5 years, right?
Yeah.
Have you had another studio before that, or?
Yeah. Before I was in Viby.
Yeah.
I had a shared space with another ceramist as well.
Yeah.
And it was also really nice. It was more like a little bit more to the countryside, you know. There was like close to the Brabant Lake, so not like far away, but a bit. But it was also a little lonesome for me because she moved to Samsø while I was there, so she couldn't be there so often. And then I was just there by myself a lot. And I missed the company of other artists and other colleagues.
So is that why you joined Frontløberne, or how did you like find it?
Yeah, I was kind of looking for another place, or at least I was at home. I was speaking like, oh, it's a little lonesome to be there, and how can I do? I actually didn't know so much about Frontløberne at that time. But then a friend of mine, she just sent me like, oh, they are having an open spot in the ceramic studio.
Ah, so it was a ceramic studio already?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I thought that it was like, I don't know, just a space.
I think it used to be even before.
Yeah.
But then it was turned into a ceramic studio before I came here, yeah.
Okay, so the other person that you are sharing with now was already here?
Yes.
Okay.
She was.
Okay, now I understand.
Yeah. And it's her oven as well, and yeah. So I was just really, and I applied, and it was a good match.
Oh, that's so nice.
So I was very happy to come here.
Why do you like keep staying at Frontløberne?
I think like it took me a little bit to for
music.
Yeah, it's really good, the music.
Yeah, I don't even have to do like the. I don't even have to add the. How's it called? Ambient
atmosphere. No.
Yeah, we're just gonna have some Balkan.
Yeah.
Balkan wedding music because there's a wedding.
It's so lovely.
But yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I keep staying here. There's mostly a good atmosphere here. No, but I think it took me a little bit for things to fall into place and for me to feel at home here.
Mm.
But then I started to get to know people a little bit better,
Mm-hmm.
and that really like changed the situation for me. And I think now it's like a little second home, you know. I work
nice.
here, but I have my friends here. And yeah, it's just I feel very lucky to be a part of it.
Wow. So you say you work here. So this is your job, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I also work with other things, but
Yeah.
mostly here.
Yeah. Do you have some kind of like routine? Like, do you create also at home, or like how do you? I'm just wondering also for myself, you know, once you kind of transition into being, I guess you could say, full-time artist or creative person,
Mm-hmm.
you also kind of need to have the discipline, but you have to kind of find what works for you, you know?
Yes.
How do you navigate that?
Yeah, it has taken a bit, and I haven't like landed on something definitive, but I think for the moment it fits me well to not work from home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So also practically it's really hard to move dry ceramic. Like
Oh,
then you have
yeah.
to use the car at least.
Okay.
But I also like that I can go here in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I love being here early. Then there's no one here. And
Oh, I love.
I have it all myself in the morning.
Yeah.
And I really like the mornings here. And
Actually, I remember I met you here many times. Like when I was doing workshops, I mean, I still do workshops, but when I had like the busy season, I would often meet you here in the morning on Saturday.
Yeah.
But I love it for the same reason. I also like it when it's like quiet and you feel like the world is waking up, and then around lunch everybody starts walking in and you're like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I love that feeling as well.
Yeah.
And I think, at the moment we are staying in our kolonihavehus.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes, it's really sweet, and it has such a beautiful bike ride here that now I just like, for me, waking up on that bike ride is just so lovely. Like I was thinking about it today.
Yeah.
Like I say goodbye to my cat. He's like there in a tree, almost waving at me, and then I go down and I bike at the Brabant Lake, and then I go by the cows, and I'm like, hi to the cows, good morning, and then the horses come in. Like I feel it's such an idyllic ride.
Such a Jane Austen.
Yeah. I'm really like, if I thought I was not inspired today, then for sure I am after the bike ride.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know what that is.
I think it's very cute.
Could be a little bowl or like an espresso shot.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I love these kind of snails.
Yeah. So sweet.
But it looked so bad when I glazed it. Because, you know, in the clay it looks nice.
Yeah.
And then you glaze it and it gets stuck all between. And I'm like, do you have to wash it or not? And
I actually have that often, that I wish I didn't have to burn my things because I like them so much in the raw clay. Yeah. And of course you don't have to, but in terms of if, for example, selling, if it's not like an art piece, then it's nice that it's burnt because it just gets so much more sturdy.
Yeah. But do you feel like over the years that you make like ceramics, you kind of got a hold of, because I know that when you glaze stuff, they look different when you like kind of paint it, if you can say that, and then burn it.
Yeah.
But also the clay now, like today you told me about this beautiful bowl, and I asked if it's gonna look the same, and you said no.
Yeah.
So even the clay like changes color.
Yeah, it really does. Like this clay,
Yeah.
it's this. So this
when
is
you
when it's
burn
burned once, and then this is when it's burnt twice.
Really?
Yeah. So
It's
these
so
are the different
brown.
colors that it can go through.
What?
I think it's so
But can
lovely.
you glaze it with like white? Is it going to be white or is it not going to cover because it's so dark?
Some covers, like now we have all these
Oh yeah, that's the...
tryouts here. So this one is kind of like a white on top.
It looks nice actually.
I like that you can see the clay like coming through, and it gives it like a more rustic feeling.
Mm.
I actually use that a lot in my pieces, like especially if you're sculpting and making something that has maybe like a relief, for example yours here.
Yeah.
Then the glaze will show that way more than if you put a completely opaque glaze. Yeah. So you get to know, like, but you need to work a bit with like the clay and your glaze, but then after a while you get to know them and how it reacts in the oven. Yeah.
Do you switch them up sometimes just for the fun of it? Or do you like have some, how do you say it, safe bets?
Yeah, like there are for sure like times for experimenting and then times for when you really wish the oven to go as you planned. But when I have time, I like to do some experiments, both like with glaze and also different kind of clay. Actually, lately I've been using some clay that I dug up here in the harbor.
No, really?
Yeah,
You can do that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would love to try that.
They were, they were digging for the new buildings to build. They had like a huge hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just went there and I was like, "Hi, can I take some clay?" And
I'm just gonna make some cups for me.
Yeah. Actually, they told me like it might be contaminated, so don't like wear gloves and like don't use.
Got some radioactive clay.
Yeah. And so I don't think I'll use it for things that can be eaten or drinking from. But
imagine you use it for like a pot for a plant, and then the plant starts glowing or something.
It might be, yeah, or maybe it just dies, unfortunately.
Some Chernobyl plant.
Yeah. But yeah, I was actually surprised how high temperature it could withstand.
Oh, that's so funny. But how do you know, like, if you just find a clay like this, how do you know how much you can like burn it or not? Like,
you don't.
But
so
you
just
cannot
try.
Like you cannot ruin the oven.
You can, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can if you fire it too high without protection.
Ah, so you can somehow.
I make like a little box of clay.
Yeah.
Call it a muffe.
Yeah.
And then you put the little piece that you want to test inside of this.
Ah, okay. So if it
even if it
ruins just the box,
then it's just the box. And if it because sometimes it will start to boil, sometimes it will just melt.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So it can have different reactions to it.
What is like some projects that you're working on now?
That I'm working on? Right in this moment, like in this
now,
week and this everything that's happening in this week is preparing for a market that's happening soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What market?
It's called Det Smukkeste Marked.
Yeah.
And it's in Skalt Håndarbejdsskole.
Is it in Aarhus or no?
No, it's in like close to it's close to Viborg. And it's in a handcraft school where they make like lovely courses and so many beautiful things, both in textiles and clay and weaving, all kinds of techniques. And yeah, I went there to visit, and it was just like a dream. With
so nice.
So many lovely materials and colors, and it was. I just wanted to stay.
So do you go to a lot of markets? Because I know you also got like, how do you call it, a commission, like to make cups for a cafe or something?
I did. Like it varies a little bit. I would say. Like last year I went to some spring markets, but I don't have the best like experience with going to the spring. It seems like people are more buying in the
autumn.
And
it makes sense
in winter.
If you think about it, because people are like inside with a hot cup of tea or
exactly, and they're imagining what cup they would like. But now I'm giving this market a try, and I know a lot of the other artists that are going there, so I think it's also just going to be really cozy.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
Yeah, and it's like I was invited as a upcoming like a ceramist, so someone who hasn't been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
And I think they have like 4 spots for that. I think it's gonna be a cozy market, but I'm curious to see how it's gonna be also like financially.
Is that your first time going to this one?
Yeah,
Ah,
it is.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, going back to like Frontløberne.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any memories of or projects at Frontløberne that had stayed with you?
Oh, there are many.
You can also name few. It doesn't have to be just one.
I think like I had some workshops here.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my first workshop solo with that many people.
Yeah, how
That
many?
was like 30 people.
Wow, okay, that's a lot.
So I was a little overwhelmed, but it ended up being really lovely.
Yeah.
And I think they had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was out here in the common room.
Was it the one where you made like cups?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know which one.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know which- I wanted
Did you come by?
No, I wanted to come, but I think I got sick that day.
Could be.
But I've seen pictures, and one of my friends went there, and I was like, "Oh, it looks so nice."
Sweet.
Yeah.
I think they had a good time, and yeah, it was really a fun workshop to have, and I was standing on a chair so I could like speak to everyone, and
Yeah. Oh, that's
because
so
there were
sweet.
so many, but that was really fun.
I also feel like this place kind of has that energy. Like it just attracts nice people, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And then there was also Seek Festival.
Oh, that was last year, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Angelo told me so much about.
That was also lovely.
Yeah, he was always saying, and people they just mold something from clay and then they left it to dry.
Exactly.
Like sounds really. Do you have any other projects or things that you did that stood out?
I think like many times I actually do projects that are here but not from the Frontløberne, but at the moment me and Amanda, who is also here in the workshop, we are working together with Huda from the office.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, and we are trying to make some Palestinian-inspired ceramics,
That's
which
amazing.
is really interesting, and like we're learning a lot, both of like the symbols they use and a little bit of the history, and then we are trying to make a take on it, and hopefully we'll be able to do a workshop in the near future where people can come and decorate.
That would be amazing. Yeah. Oh, that sounds amazing. And do you have? Maybe this is a good question to like wrap up and end our little chat.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you like haven't tried yet and you wish to try?
Oh, there's so many things. Yeah. So many things that I haven't tried yet.
Yeah.
I think the ceramic is just like an endless learning process. But I have been very interested in learning more about natural materials, like finding your materials yourself. So a little bit more of like this digging up clay in the harbor, also but using for glaze and things like that. So I would like to learn more about raw materials, and then also doing like it's called pit fires, or so I'm really hoping to to learn more about that.
That's
this
so
year.
Cool. And thank you. That sounds amazing.
I hope I answered all right.
There is no right or wrong answers. So I'm just really happy that you shared this moment with me.
Yeah, it was so nice.
That we could create something.
I'm really happy too.
Yeah. And if you had any like message to anyone listening, or an artist, or your younger self maybe, is there anything on your heart?
Then I think it is important to to dare a little here in life, especially as an artist. Both daring, like to spend time on your craft or whatever you do art with, but also in terms of creativity.
Yeah.
That we are a little daring sometimes, because that's when new stuff appears.
That's true.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful message. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you as well. And look what we made here.
I just need to attach a little star.
Sweet.
I think that's cute. I've never made anything like this. I think
is.
it's gonna be a cute, weird cup. Maybe I should bend it. Oh, it's like a holding. Oh, that's so cute.
It's very sweet.
Okay, but I don't know how to glue it, so
we can do that afterwards. Yeah.
Thank you. We can show our faces.
Oh yes.
But only if you want.
Let's see how we do this.
We can do it like this.
Oh, hello.
Okay, bye.
And goodbye.